Zeus, the supreme god in Greek mythology, is one of the most powerful and significant figures in the ancient pantheon. As the ruler of Mount Olympus, he presides over the sky, thunder, lightning, and the realm of law and justice. His story is one of power, struggle, and triumph, filled with moments of divine conflict and moral lessons. Born to the titans Cronus and Rhea, Zeus' early life was marked by danger. Cronus, fearing a prophecy that one of his children would dethrone him, swallowed each of his offspring at birth. Zeus, however, was saved by his mother, Rhea, who tricked Cronus into swallowing a stone wrapped in swaddling clothes instead of the newborn god. Zeus was hidden in a cave on the island of Crete, where he was raised by nymphs and cared for by the goat Amalthea. As Zeus grew older, he learned of the fate of his siblings and the cruel rule of his father. Determined to free his brothers and sisters, Zeus devised a clever plan. He tricked Cronus into regurgitating the swallowed children, who are now fully grown. Zeus' siblings, Hestia, Hera, Demeter, Poseidon, and Hades, emerged from Cronus' belly, and together they confronted their father. The Titanomachy, or the war between the Olympian gods and the Titans, began. With the aid of the Cyclopes, who gifted him the powerful thunderbolt, and the 100-handed giants, Zeus led the Olympians in a 10-year struggle against the Titans. The battle raged across the heavens and the earth, with Zeus at the forefront, wielding his thunderbolt to strike down his enemies. Finally, after a long and fierce battle, the Olympians triumphed. The Titans were cast into the darkest depths of Tartarus, a prison for which they would never escape. Once the Titans were defeated, Zeus and his brothers drew lots to divide the cosmos. Zeus, as the eldest, won the sky, becoming the king of the gods. Poseidon, his brother, took the seas, while Hades was given the underworld. The earth was shared by all, but it was Zeus who held the most power, ruling over both gods and mortals alike. His thunderbolt became a symbol of his authority, and it was said that he could strike down anyone who defied him. Zeus was not just a god of power. He was also a god of justice. He was the protector of order, law, and fairness in both the divine and mortal worlds. It was said that Zeus would intervene whenever there was an imbalance in the world, bringing justice to those who deserved it. However, Zeus' sense of justice was not always straightforward. He was known to act on his personal whims, often using his power to punish or reward based on his emotions. Despite his position as the king of the gods, Zeus was not always faithful to his wife, Hera. His numerous affairs with mortal women and goddesses created much conflict, especially with Hera, who was often consumed by jealousy and anger. Some of Zeus' most famous children were born from these affairs, including Athena, who sprang fully grown from his head, and Apollo and Artemis, the twin children of Zeus and the Titaness Leto. His most famous mortal son was Hercules, a hero who would later go on to complete the 12 labors. Zeus' many relationships, both divine and mortal, illustrate his complex nature. He was not merely a god of wrath and power. He was also a god of wisdom and cunning. His ability to both rule with an iron fist and show mercy when necessary made him a figure who was both feared and respected. In times of need, the mortals would pray to Zeus for help, and he was known to answer those who were just and deserving. Zeus was not only a figure of immense strength, but also of deep responsibility. He maintained the order of the universe and ensured that the laws of nature and morality were upheld. His myths reflect the struggles between order and chaos, good and evil, and divine authority and free will. Through these stories, Zeus remains a symbol of both the power of the gods and the moral complexities of leadership, justice, and human nature. In the end, Zeus was more than just a ruler. He was the embodiment of both the divine and the human, with his actions illustrating the balance between justice, mercy, and the unpredictable forces that shape both the heavens and the earth. His reign was marked by triumphs, struggles, and moral lessons, making him one of the most complex and revered figures in Greek mythology.